Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to P4P TV. This is Michael and it's been a while, but I'm back! At the risk of sounding like a pasty-skinned middle-aged Yoda, let me just say, wanting often leads to disappointment. Like many boxing fans, I really wanted, perhaps naively, to see Artur Beterbiev take on Dmitry Bivol this year in an undisputed title fight. However, aside from Bob Arum's reservations about making the fight initially, Beterbiev nonetheless was called upon to face his WBC Mandatory Callum Smith, leaving Bivol and team standing across from Team Canelo at the dance once again for their potential rematch. But after some bizarro deal-making from Team Bivol, Canelo moved on and Bivol was left all alone under the disco ball. Luckily, a Beterbiev and Smith matchup is almost as intriguing, and these two big hitters might honestly put on a barn burner. Going down Saturday the 19th of August in Quebec, Canada, eh? You will not want to miss the action, so stay tuned, you bunch of hooligans. Artur the Chechen beast Beterbiev has many people wondering, is he past his use-by date? And if not, surely the milk is starting to turn. The boxing community said a similar thing when Beterbiev and Anthony Yarde faced each other. The only reason that Yarde wasn't blasted out of there early is the fact that he made a very good account of himself and showed great heart and determination. However, inevitably, Beterbiev got him out of there in the 8th round. They said the same thing when Artur faced Joe Smith Jr. Despite the very real threat of knockout power ability that Joe Smith Jr. possesses, Beterbiev devoured Smith like Hunter Biden would a line of toot. They said the same thing when Beterbiev faced Marcus Brown. They also said that Brown would be a tricky southpaw with the added bonus of carrying enough power to knock down an aging Beterbiev. Well, not only were they wrong, after getting cut, Beterbiev literally saw red, and like a bull to a red flag, a very pissed off Beterbiev obliterated Brown, taking him out in the 9th. Long story short, every time Beterbiev's age comes into question, he reminds the doubters that he is still plenty robust. Ask him how he feels and he'll tell you.
I feel vigorous.
At just 19 wins with 19 knockouts in recent years, Artur has had a sporadic fight schedule due to niggling injuries. Surprising given that he will just be breaking through into his 20th professional bout since turning pro in 2013. However, over that decade-long span and given the nature of his intensive strength and conditioning training regimen, is it any wonder that the man incurred injuries along the way? Standing opposite him on the 19th of August is yet another big hitter, and once again Artur will find himself at a reach and height disadvantage, forcing him to do what he does best and what comes natural for his style. He will have to march forward, not carelessly, but he will come forward, applying pressure, probing, stalking, prying open Smith's guard, looking to break Smith down and land nasty shots. So, will Callum have what it takes to keep Artur off of him? Callum Mundo Smith is very much a live fighter coming into this bout. Some might not agree with that assessment, but keep in mind that out of his 30 professional fights, 29 of them are victories, with 21 coming by way of knockout. His only loss has come at the hands of arguably boxing's biggest superstar in the modern era, Canelo Alvarez. Noteworthy victories on Mundo's resume include names like John Ryder and George Groves. Clearly, Alvarez stands out as Mundo's biggest opponent, it has to be said, and in that fight we saw what a skilled and experienced come-forward pressure fighter can do. Alvarez, more a boxer-puncher, bullied Smith around the ring and often pushed Smith to the ropes, where Callum waited to counter Alvarez in between shots. The problem was, Alvarez's power seemed to bother Smith, but the same cannot be said in return. Whenever Smith pushed Alvarez back with short, snappy combinations and regained a little property, the pushback was short-lived. Alvarez is 5'8" and not naturally a big guy in the same way that Beterbiev is. Whereas Canelo's power is, let's say, like getting kicked by a jacked-up mule. Comparatively, Beterbiev's would be akin to getting kicked by a Clydesdale. Beterbiev's freakish power is part technique and part body structure and muscle. He is tightly wound like a coil, and when he lets a punch go, a lot of energy and force is released. If Callum Smith had issues with Canelo's power, how is he going to deal with Beterbiev's? Smith does have experience on his side as well as height, reach and some power. He can use that reach along with timing to get Beterbiev in between shots with hooks, particularly his left hook and uppercuts, which he is prone to throwing. In fact, I can see Smith using that uppercut to great effect if he can land it. He should definitely look to use that against Beterbiev. With his reach, he can throw from a relatively safe space. What Callum can't do is to let Beterbiev bully him and pin him against the ropes. Callum has never been stopped, but there's a first time for everything, as they say. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to stop using toilet paper and instead use my hands from now on.
High five!
But the question for me is, can Callum Smith take Beterbiev's punishment? Smith has proven that he has a chin this far in his career, but he's never faced a power like that of Beterbiev's. If it is indeed true that Father Time has not caught up with Artur Beterbiev, then I see him working Smith's body first, then head to eventually go on and continue his KO-TKO streak. Beterbiev by TKO in the mid to late rounds.
Beterbiev, he's very accurate with his punches. He hits you where he wants to. I thought I was stronger in there. I felt stronger than him. It just wasn't my night. You know, I got caught behind the ear with a shot I couldn't recover from, and I just had a lot going on leading up to the fight. But no excuses. You know, he was the better man that night. You know, who knows? Maybe again in the future I'll get another shot at him.
Interesting fight. Interesting because Callum Smith is younger than Beterbiev and he's tall. He has a good left hook, but Beterbiev is still strong and stronger than Smith, and he's more skillful.
Callum Smith and Artur Beterbiev, how do you fancy Callum's chances out in Canada?
I think so. I mean, Callum's a force. You know, he's a good fighter. He's got good punch power. And, you know, sometimes he's blown hot and cold. I always thought that was maybe weight dependent. Then when he does the weight well, he boxes well. And upper light heavyweight, he hasn't really put a foot wrong yet. This might be the right time to get Beterbiev, you know, he's in his 40s now. So if he catches him early, hurts him. Callum Johnson caught him, but, you know, got stopped. But so, you know he does go over. It might be the right time for him.
You're not being very brave because Beterbiev's the favourite. But watch, see this now. Sometimes you see it, right? And he's going to be up against the ropes, and Beterbiev's going to come in like he does. He's going to square up his feet, and Callum's going to do what he does best, which is catch, counter with the left hook, one punch knockout.
Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you will receive some cool perks. If you're looking for some new threads, we've got t-shirts, hoodies, and much, much more. So head on over to our Michael Akobi Pound for Pound TV stores. They can be found on Redbubble and Spreadshirt. Join me on my travels and head on over to my other YouTube channel titled Barefoot and Free. There you can follow me as I traverse the many parts of our planet and occasionally get into a spot of bother. Nonetheless, it's always fun and entertaining. If you're struggling with some of life's obstacles and challenges, my book How to Get Out of Life Traps might just be the answer that you're looking for to help guide you through the difficult times. It's helped many get past some of their darkest moments, and it might do the same to you. You can purchase it on Amazon, where you can also find a wide range of my other works. Those works include screenplay to book adaptations, a fairly unique concept, with genres covering comedy, heist and revenge, drama, supernatural and crime, if that's more your cup of tea. You can find them by following the link provided.